Hey, good morning, everybody. I just realized I probably have Twitch and audio, and there we go. That is solved. Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, and as we do most days every week, we spend a bunch of time on this stream talking about software and coding and what's going on. You guys may have noticed, if you guys happen to follow me on Twitter, I'm trying something new. I'm posting a bunch. I'm putting a bunch of content out there. Some of it is just inspirational stuff, right? Do good things, be a good person, be excited for the day, kind of stuff. But I'm trying to put more content out there. Be a better steward for the world. So yeah, I think you guys are going to see a lot more tweeting out of me this month. It's just an experiment. I want to see what it does and how it works and all that. But there has been a lot of tweeting. If you guys already follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, my username is Jeff Blankenberg, and you can find me there. So the Rafflebot is running. That's something else that I want to let you guys know. So we're giving some things away today. Was feeling inspired. And that isn't working, or has everyone that's chatted already won? Maybe that's it. That could certainly be it. Everybody that's here right now that has mentioned something in the chat, it looks like everybody that's here has already won something. Man. So yeah, I'm planning on giving a couple of Echo Dots away today, and I'll tell a quick story. Our friend Startup Sanatana, that's here a good amount of the time. A while back, won one of our Echo Dots, and I mailed it there. Right, it's not cheap to send one of these dots to India, but I did it, and I got reimbursed. It's fine, but I sent that box there, and it's been going for a week or two, maybe longer. And he said that it finally arrived, and he got notification, and he went to the post office, and they want the equivalent of $25 US in tax to give it over, like taxes. It only costs $30. Plus, it probably costs another $30 to ship it. It's crazy to me that they want to charge $25 just to do that. So, what I did instead, because I'm a nice person and I like to make sure people are happy, is I went on Amazon.in this morning and I just ordered him one from there and had that sent to his house, and it'll be there on Monday. And I told him, if you want to pay the taxes to get that other one, great. If you don't, they'll send it back to me eventually. And so, yeah, that's what I did this morning. I wanted to make sure that he at least got the device that he was promised, and I don't expect you guys to have to pay taxes or anything crazy to do that. So, yeah, that's what's going on this morning. What else do I have? I have to record a bunch of videos this week. And so that's hence the collared shirt today. I'm trying to look a little bit nicer as I record some of these videos. And one of the things that I wanted to talk with all of you... Oh, what is the rotating Funko? You guys can see that in the corner. I can't actually see what you see. That's an interesting story. Let's see. Do we have... Screech Rat is here. Let's see. Entries. Currently, Screech Rat is the first one. Now we have a problem. Now I have to find a way to eliminate those people. We've gotten a lot of bots lately, and I don't understand why. I don't think we're doing anything differently. But bots are annoying, but they just found their way into the raffle, unfortunately. So if we say entries now, there's 3, and it's those other 2. So we'll go get rid of them. And we can just jump over to this for a second, and we'll see all of you folks, you lovely folks showing up. I got Gold Zulu's thing running today. We're going to be doing this and this and this. So let's go look at our messages, and we'll just delete our user. This was one of them. And Now I can't remember what the other one was. I think it's this one. Okay. Yeah, those are both gone. We can get rid of these messages. Awesome. So that's what's up. Here, we'll do this. Mute, so I can at least see what the stream looks like. Because I don't have a lot else going on the stream right now, and I like Gold Zulu's thing, so we'll run that. And that is my local version that's running here. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to give some devices away today. Hopefully we'll have some more people show up. Otherwise, Screechrat's going to be a guaranteed winner. For those of you that are watching and maybe haven't figured out how to get in here, how to do this, jump over to this view. Yeah, there's a bunch of folks here. All you have to do to enter the raffle, to give away these Echo Dots, to give Screechrat a run for his money, is type in the chat. Say hi. You know, just let us know you're here. That goes for Electrical Longboard and Poop Minty and oh, Bill Senf is here. My goodness, so good to see you, Bill. So yeah, those are the things that we're gonna do today, and I think it's probably time to get into what I really am gonna be focused on, because we'll give those devices away in a little bit. We'll give people a time to get here. Is we're gonna go through some Jest stuff, because there's a few things that I'm not grasping cleanly, and I have read this page specifically, this mock functions page. I understand the concept of mocking, never really practiced it, and so I thought it would be useful for me to kind of go through this and understand how this really works, how I should go about implementing mock functions, and then eventually, maybe tomorrow, start trying to apply mocking to what's going on inside the casino, because that's something that's really holding me up. Is I don't have any mocking set up at all right now for the tests that I have, and so a lot of them take a long time to run because we're actually making real calls to databases, making asynchronous calls out to Airtable APIs, and I don't really want to do any of that, which is what mocking is designed to solve. But I don't have anyone to show me the ropes. I don't have anyone to like, Jeff, you just want to do this, right? I have you guys, and I'm hoping that maybe we'll get some of the way there as we do this. And so, yeah, I think that's the plan for today. All right, so I created this brand new package project thing called Learning Jest, and what I really want to do is just kind of work my way through some of their basic stuff. So I understand the basics of testing, and so we have this file. Let's just take our, here we'll create a new file called sum.js, like they ask. And then in here we're going to have this simple function, right? So this is the whole file. Is we take a sum, we take two digits, and then we return the sum of those two values. And we expect that it should work, right? So in order to do that, in order to actually make it work, we're going to create a new file in here called sum.test.js. And this is what I've started doing in a lot of my other projects. And so you can see that the first thing we're going to want to do is const sum equals require sum, maybe, like so. So this imports the other file. And then we need to define a test. So we say test, and we need to say test. Stop that. And in here, we're going to say add 1 and 2 to make 3. What was that noise? Are people just shooting off sound effects? Yeah, air horn. Oh, increase font size. Absolutely. That's pretty big. Okay, so there we go, Corey. Thank you. All right, so we have the beginning of our test, and then we also need, just to make sure that we get all this right, we need the let's do something like this. Nice fat arrow. And inside here, then we have our actual implementation of the test. So we're going to say expect, we're going to say sum 1 and 2. We expect all of that to be 3, right? And so that's our matcher, I think is what they call it. And we're expecting that when we call that function and we pass in 1 and 2, that the sum will return as 3. So what we can do here is I think we can just say npm run test. I think I've already set this up. Nope. Let's see. I have those set up. In here, do I have... Let's just do this instead. No, I just want this. Thank you. All right, let's see if that. I thought I had already done that, but all right. Npm run test. It's finding sum.test.js, and you can see there that in fact our test did pass. So that's good. Like we have a basic test, and that works nicely. And if we want to run from the command line, they're just walking us through that stuff. So this is all other setup stuff. So let's talk about matchers. We can do a couple of other things in our file here. So we have this is 2 plus 2 is 4. It's probably worthwhile to go through these just to see what the different matchers are. And that's 2b. Let's see. If you want to check the value of an object, to use to equal instead. So let's see what they're doing here. They have a value data that is an object that has a property called 1. There's a value 1, and then they have a property called 2 that is set to 2. And now they want to see if the object actually equals that stuff. So let's just take this. It's weird that there's not actually a test. They're not actually testing anything except the code that's in there, but we can do that. So let's create in our test file, we'll just do another one here that looks like that. And we don't really need this. Okay. So you can see that this one's just that simple object assignment. We're just doing it 2 different ways. One kind of in the array syntax, one as a traditional object syntax. And then we're checking to see, does the object actually have properties 1 and property 2, where the values are 1 and 2. And so this is where to equal is used. Now, what I don't really know, what if I change this to be? What do I lose there? Good morning, Clane in the Bay. Good morning, Zach man. Let's see, how are we doing on entries? Clane in the Bay and Screetrat are 2 entries so far. All you have to do to enter is chat in the chat box. Just say hi. That's all you need to do. You don't need to say anything more than just hello, but you do have to say you're here. And the chatbot will grab you and add you to our entries. So for those of you that are watching, I see quite a few of you here in the list. If you'd like to get entered, all you got to do is say hi. Okay. So what happens if I say to be? What do I get there? Why did that fail? Oh, because it's actually serializing it. I see. Okay, so we say to equal. I see. So when we say to be, what it's actually doing is doing a string compare. Interesting. The test's passed now. Okay. So because I want it to equal, and so that's where I actually want to check the individual properties. So to equal allows me to go through and check individual properties. To be has to be a string for string match. And I wish they did a better job of explaining that stuff, but let's see. Now we're getting into the other one. So, excuse me for the yawn. To be uses object.is to test exact equality. If you want to check the value of an object, use toEqual instead. Great. toEqual recursively checks every field of an object or array. You can also test for the opposite of a matcher. All right, cool. And I've seen the dot knots. That's pretty easy. I used that in a couple of my tests as well. You sometimes need to be able to distinguish between undefined null and false. No kidding. But you sometimes do not want to treat these differently. Just contains helpers that let you be explicit about what you want. Oh, that's nice. To be null, to be undefined, to be defined. That's pretty cool. To be truthy. Oh, and truthy and falsy basically treat null, undefined, and false as false. And I would guess defined or true, it would treat as true. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's run these and see what they look like. Just add a couple more tests. So this one, it's null, and so we would expect it to be defined, not to be undefined, not to be truthy, and to be falsy. Those are kind of fun. All right. And then for 0, I would expect that to be defined also. But so if I change this to undefined, I would expect that to fail, right? Because it's no longer null. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. And then I would also expect the to be defined to fail, right? Cool. All right, let's just change that back to null. All right, so our tests are back to passing. Let's talk about numbers. Oh, I hadn't even seen these. These are smart. To be greater than, to be equal than, or to be greater than or equal to. Oh, that's pretty cool. Comparative matchers. Oh, that's interesting. For floating point equality, use to be close to instead of to equal because you don't want a test to depend on a tiny rounding error. So how does it, what's the margin of error there? Like, I'd love to know more about how that actually works. I mean, I would expect it to be close to 0.3, but if it's 0.31, is that considered close or not? Because I feel like that would be a broken test if I was working in very small numbers. String comparisons are to match. I've been using to be. So that's another thing that I just learned. And to contain is something that I use quite often for things like holding cards and making sure an individual card is actually there. Okay. Oh, asynchronous is something else we haven't really spent a lot of time on. Oh, Lily Hazel's here? Good morning. Surly Dev is here. What's our entry situation look like? Oh yeah, we got 5 people already. So yeah, this is pretty fun. All right, let's move this over. I don't think I need as much space there. I'd rather have more code space. Apatech? How do I? It looks like Apetech DA. I don't know if that's right. I need a pronunciation on that. Apetech. Maybe it's Apetech. Who knows? Ape Tech, all right. Cool. Cool. All right, so what else can we do here? What else can I just want to get into the mocking. Like, that's the stuff that I really, really need. And I've read this page 1,000 times, and I'm not getting it. Well, let's look at an example. Let me bring up a different Visual Studio window. Okay, so if we look at what's going on inside here, I have a whole bunch of tests, and some of the ones that we were looking at are like Poker Play. So what I'm doing in here is I'm actually calling into Poker Play. This is the thing that I want to test. But if we go look at that file, Poker Play, you can see that in here I'm actually calling out to other functions like isValidWager, await data. So data is all the communication layer stuff for talking to my database, but it's actually calling the database. Like this is what I expect it to do because it needs to call out and make these calls. I'm also calling create game and create wager. Then I'm creating a poker hand. I'm getting the user by record ID, and then I do a bunch of other stuff. So the problem that I have in my test, if I can bring that file back up, I will still, to this day, I still don't understand why I can't just click on a file and have it open. But so I want to call this. This is how I start it. And this test is checking to see, does it return an active game when the user already has an active game? So I'm actually calling the play function twice. The first time is to create the game. The second time is to call and find out whether or not it tells me I have an active game. And this test does pass, but my goodness, it's slow. And what I need to be able to do is figure out how to mock this stuff out so that I'm not calling all the way through. I still want to call Poker Play. That's the whole point of this test file. But what I don't know how to do is tell it not to do all that other nonsense. Like, just use this fake data that I've given you. And I don't know how to do that. Hey, Bill. Good morning. I'm glad you're here, man. Yeah, we got a good crew. I did a bunch of yelling and shouting on Twitter to say, hey, people, come stop by. Now, what I found really interesting, and I think I'm going to need to exploit this relationship, although that's really hard to do during COVID, but I'll figure it out. I found this cool article. It's called Understanding Jack Moss. It was written 2 years ago by this guy, Rick Hanlon. I don't know Rick, but I appreciate his blog post. And he comes in here and he says, for JavaScript, there are great mocking libraries available like Test, Double, and Sign-On, and Jest provides mocking out of the box. Well, as I saw this, I thought, well, that's awesome. I know the guy. This is Justin Searles. He lives here in Columbus. I know the guy. And he has a company with another friend of mine, Todd Kaufman, called Test Double. And as I was looking through his stuff, it made just about as much sense. And I thought, man, I wonder if I should use their library instead. But what I really think I should do is give Justin a call and set up some time to actually understand how to use this stuff. And like drag me along as a beginner and help me figure out how to actually do this stuff. So I think I'm going to have to do that. Oh, Lily, related to my my tweet. Let's go to that. If you guys didn't see this on Twitter today, let's go to my profile. This is my agenda for today. I was laying in bed this morning and I was like, yeah, let me just write it down. Let me see what I'm doing today. So we're in this chunk right now. I spent a good chunk of my morning experimenting, playing, trying to figure some of this stuff out. I'm going to do some lunch right after this and a little email catch up because people will have started sending emails. This chunk right here, Lily Hazel said, are you really going to have 3 hours of meetings? That is a perfectly normal day for me. And I don't love the fact that that's true. Here, we'll jump back here for a second. No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I can do that now, I think. We'll see. Hopefully I don't destroy all of your avatars. We'll see. Here we are. I'm back. So my concern with your post, Lily Hazel, about my meetings is that that's really normal, because that's when the business day starts at Amazon for the most part, because they're all West Coast. So really, like 9:30, 10 o'clock their time, it's meeting. And there are so many people in so many different meetings. And I've somehow found myself to be important enough to be invited to a lot of these. So, yeah, that's a really good question. When do people get work done? That is a fantastic question. And it's actually some feedback that I've been providing lately. So to rewind a little bit, in September, I got promoted. I still have the same role. I'm still doing a lot of the same things that I do for Alexa, but I have more importance, I guess. I get invited to meetings that I've never gone to before, and in those meetings, they're making big decisions. They're driving initiatives forward, and that's something that I really struggle with, because I don't feel like I'm getting anything done. We're just talking, we're discussing, we're making plans, but we're not doing. And as an example for today, like my day is pretty much shot. Now, my mornings don't have to be streaming, and there are mornings where I certainly have to take streaming off because I just have too much to do. But in general, it's pretty manageable. I don't find myself working a lot of late nights. Really, rarely ever do I ever work a late night. In fact, I have my calendar blocked from 4:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day, because otherwise people will try to schedule meetings in my evenings. And so it's fun. Clayne is asking, is it fun to work Eastern time while everybody else is PST? I don't know if fun's the word I would use, but it is nice to have 3 hours every morning, 3 or 4 hours, that I get a bunch of stuff done before anybody gets to the office, or gets even to their desk. Because most people, even if they roll in early, 8 o'clock, 7:30, that's 10:30, 11 o'clock my time. So it gives me a good chunk of time every morning to get stuff done before all the meetings begin. And it's not every day with meetings. Tomorrow I don't have many meetings. It's definitely better for me than the opposite, which is when you're working with a bunch of people on the East Coast and you live on the West Coast, as ApeTech is mentioning. But yeah, it's not terrible. But the meetings are not my favorite part of my job, but they're growing on me, because there is a lot of decisions to be made, especially this time of year. We're doing all of our planning, trying to figure out what's going on with 2021 and what we're going to do and how and whatever. So we're setting all of our goals and planning for the next year right now. So I think it's good. I like being in those meetings. I like being engaged. Let's see if all the avatars are still there. They are. That's awesome. ApeTech's right. Speaking of a Hamilton reference that I made on Twitter this morning or yesterday, yeah, I get to be in the room where it happens. It's really cool to be able to have these kind of higher level conversations about how things are going to work. Yeah, Bill Senf, I'm with you. Bill, by the way, everybody, is, I guess you're kind of new to the channel, but Bill's an old friend of mine. I've known him for years, and he's a fantastic person. So if you guys aren't following Bill, check him out. He's doing a bunch of cool stuff in security. If you're interested at all in like lock picking, man, the guy knows his stuff. He's got more locks than maybe anyone I know, but he's way into the security game. So Six-Figure Dev here with a raid. Thank you, man. Thank you for joining us. So anyway, we started to get into these tests, and I think what I've convinced myself of this morning is that reading a couple of articles is not going to be sufficient for what I want to do. So I'm going to set up some meetings and talk to some people and get better at this. I need to upgrade. I need that. What's that video? Let's see if I can do that quickly. No. I never, ever want notifications. Is this the whole bit?
I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, I need that. I don't know how to get that in my life, but I need that. I would love to be able to just plug in and be like, oh, cool, now I know all this stuff. Thanks for coming, Lily. It doesn't work that way. You have to do it. You have to plug in. You have to try it. You have to experiment. But man, if there's one thing from the Matrix I would take, it's a spike to the back of the head that teaches me things. That sounds pretty good. Maybe not the spike to the back of the head, but the instant learning, learning to fly a helicopter while it's crashing. I'm in. Let's do it. All right. So, what else can we do instead? What could we work on this morning? Because I really want these tests to pass. Let's take a look at that. So if we come in here and say npm test, I'm sure some of these are going to fail. But you can see how slow some of these are. It'll give us times on the bad ones. But they get super slow because we're actually making real live calls to the database, a lot of asynchronous stuff. And I want to fix that. I love that my tests are passing so far. That one's going to take like 20 seconds probably. And it's just dumb. There's no reason for that. It's just that I don't know what I'm doing to fix it. What's new with all of you? Anything cool going on? Anything oh, actually here's a good question. What are the coolest things you found to buy people? Corey Haynes. That is quite an offer. Yeah, let's do that. I gotta check my calendar, but I think let's think about what that means. If we come in here and we look at my calendar for today, I am exactly 4 p.m. Central. 3:30 Central Time. Yeah, let's book it. Corey Haynes, we're going to do it. Do you want to do it on stream? Like, we could do another stream where you just explain this stuff to me like a dummy. That'd be fun. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will send you an invitation, and we'll aim for 4:30 today. We'll do a little bonus stream this afternoon, but you can see, like, this is just nuts. We've got 26 seconds on that poker hold, and we're still going to run all these tests because all of it is asynchronous as we go. GMT, I don't know what it's 3:34 right now, so that's going to be 6 hours from now, so 9:34 p.m. 9:34 p.m. GMT. Yeah, mocking is, like, I got into a lot of unit testing early on, but I never really got into mocking, which I don't think was there initially. Like, I know I did a bunch of, like, bowling game katas, and that was actually really fun to work through and solve. I did a couple of katas where I was really just walking through a lot of testing. But what I fear is that the way that I've written my code is going to be something that holds me back too. And so I may have to refactor a lot of how I've structured this project. So hopefully that is not the case. Oh, did we just get a follow? Bunny Tech Gal, thank you for the follow. Super nice. Awesome. Corey Haynes is going to take me to school today, and I need it desperately. Maybe it's an opportunity to rebuild the casino logic again. Ape Tech, thank you for the follow. We are moving well on our way towards our goal of 1,000 followers. We still have quite a bit to do. Oh, Bunny Tech, you're a middle school coding teacher. That is awesome. I have a middle schooler. I also have a high schooler. My daughter's taking her third year of computer science as a junior, and I work on the Alexa team, so I spend most of my time building things here on this channel. So I'm so glad you're here, and feel free to send them over. I'd be happy to share what I know and answer any questions they may have. This is super awesome. Thank you for stopping by, Bunny Tech. By the way, also, just by being here today, you actually entered yourself in to win a Echo Dot. So these are all the people that are currently eligible to win. You'll see other people in the chat room. Those are some of our regulars. They've probably already won if they're not in that entries list, but you can see that all the people that are there, that is the list of people. So we have 9 right now. And I'm going to give 2 away, so 7 of you won't win, but 2 definitely will. And we'll do one here in just a little bit. All right. So what else? You know what we can do? Let's take the browser. Take this one over here. And what I would like to do, guys, by the way, I apologize for having all this stuff here on the screen. My second monitor and the new PC that I have only had DisplayPort. I have 1 HDMI out, and then I have 3 DisplayPort out. And those DisplayPort, I don't have any DisplayPort cables. So on Saturday, the DisplayPort to HDMI cable will be coming. Then on my second monitor will work again, and we'll be able to get all this nonsense off the screen. But I don't have another way to keep up with it. I normally have a second monitor for all these things. So one of the things that I wanted to look at, and we can tweak up some of our Alexa stuff while we're in here, is guess I can do that. Is that what you're looking for? Gold Zulu? Jomo Code, good morning. What I was thinking about doing is taking a deeper inspection at my model here and see if there's anything else that I can do. So that one's all probably pretty good. What we should really start on is our slot types to make sure that we're handling these well. Danny Thompson's here. W. Giorgio's about to give up on Game On leaderboards. Have you talked with Jomo? I know he was just trying to refer some people with some answers about Game On recently. But I'm with you, W. Giorgio. I know when I first sat down and started exploring the Game On leaderboards, it was really not what I wanted it to be, and it was really hard to do some of that. Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Game On stuff, it didn't seem to fit what I was hoping a leaderboard would be. So I'm sorry to hear that. Danny Thompson, man, so nice, so kind. All right, so let's get back in here and talk about discard and hold, unhold, drop, save. I should probably add like keep. What we're going to do is tweak up our model here for, and I don't really want to do it here. I should be doing it here. So let's come in and look at our model. We can get rid of a lot of this Chrome here. Where can we start? Slot values. Slots, poker, video poker, positions, columns. Those are all pretty straightforward. I don't think I need a whole lot else for those. Yeah, we really spent a good amount of time on these. Even, odd, black, red. There's not a lot of other things for that. Card suits. How do we do synonyms? I always forget the syntax. Let's do, goes next to value. Okay, so value here. We could, I think we should probably, just to be safe, like to really lock this stuff up, we could do something like this. We could also say, let's look that up. Synonyms for card suits. That does not help me, thesaurus.com. Really? Like, you guys have heard other names for suits, right? Synonyms? No. That doesn't really help me. That's a weird thing that I feel like it should be easier to find. Yeah, puppy feet is something, maybe it's just a Midwest thing, but you're kind of Midwestern, C#, Fritz. Yeah, sometimes people will refer to clubs as puppy feet. You'll also see, like if I do one here. Also, good morning, C# Fritz. This you'll hear like it's slang basically, but you'll hear like shovels. That's a term I've heard for spades. Mid-Atlantic, my apologies. I just think everybody's in the Midwest. So this seems like it should be an easier thing to find, though. Look, I gotta log in because Wikipedia doesn't understand that I already give them money. Stop bugging me. All right. Never. If I... Really, like even in the club suit Wikipedia page, there's no reference to that term. That's very interesting to me because I really thought all the suits had like a couple of synonyms for card suits. I'm finding nothing. Can you guys tell me that I'm not crazy? Are you guys aware that there are other puppy paws? Okay. Yeah, we get a good crew of people here, Bill. It's worthwhile to stop by. You never know who you're going to run into. See, Screech Rat knows what I'm talking about in the Midwest. I just feel like, regardless of my personal knowledge about what's going on with suits, it feels like, I don't know, hearts. Do we have spades? Clubs? I don't want language translation. What I want is, I want alternative names. I mean, imagine like guys in the 20s, like, wow, look at this, see? Like that guy. I want him in a casino in the 20s to talk about suits of cards using like some funny word. I don't know. I feel like somehow you guys are going to clip that little bit. But I don't know. It seems to me that suits should have some kind of other name, slang, something from all the years that cards have been around. All right. Well, I guess I'll just live with that. So we don't really have. If we think of card values, I think card values probably do. We saw some interesting things for that. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm getting all these hiccups all of a sudden. There's too many websites. Have I ever mentioned that to you all? There's too many websites. Card handling, card games, solitaire terms. No, I don't want any of that. It would be pretty cool to be able to find a bunch of different names for the things, because like it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the functionality of the skill at all. But for those people that use those terms, they'll be amazed when they're like, "Whoa, it knew that." What I don't have is the capabilities to recognize each individual card. So I have card values, which is like King, Queen, Jack, and then I have another set down here, or I guess we just did it, which was suits. And so I matched those two things together. But I know there are specific cards in the deck that have unique names, like the Queen of Spades is called the Black Mariah. And someone just followed me, and I'm not going to be able to see who it was because I don't have that video on. So thank you for the follow. I wish I knew who that was. Bunny Tech Gal says she's behind the times. They're still basically in the 20s down in Alabama. I'm so sorry to hear that. I've met many very smart people from Alabama. Okay, let's see. John Calloway's here lurking. The 2020s. That's where we are now. John Calloway's here. Is it? It's after 10:45. Maybe we could do this. Let's go to entries. We've got 11 entries so far today. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think of the infinite screen? I'll go back to Browser Town. So I think we're going to give one away. Let's do it. Let's give an Echo Dot away. So I'm going to say raffle, just like that. And when I hit enter, oh look, somebody dropped a drum roll on us. What is it now? Boom. Our winner is the Dream Saver. So congratulations to the Dream Saver. I hope you're still here. Congratulations. I have many left. We can talk quickly about this. I have I think that worked. I have gray. I have my favorite, the burgundy red. I have white. White looks like that. And I have the charcoal. So I still have all four colors. And I also have, if you would prefer, what's called the Echo Flex. It's small. It plugs into the wall. You can see a picture of it there. But congratulations to the Dream Saver. So let me know. You can just send me a private DM here on Twitch. Let me know which one you want, what color you want. If you'd prefer the Echo Flex, let me know that. No, it doesn't. It does not come in the brown. What did I do with that? Jeff Fritz was just asking me about the brown Zune, which I had and loved. And I thought I had it in this drawer right here. And I do not. I must have cleaned that drawer out. So somewhere I still have my brown Zune. And they discontinued the software, and there's a couple of things that just don't work. It's really hard to get it loaded and used. But I actually really like the Zune software, too. Anyway, that was a long time ago. So congratulations to the Dream Saver. Make sure that you send me a DM with your information so that I can send it. And we'll get that out to you really, really soon. Probably I'll drop it today. Poker hand nicknames. Flush of clubs. You have the puppy feet. Interesting. So I've only heard it referred, like the suit itself referred, but I guess that makes sense. Having a flush, you'd have a bunch of puppies. I guess you'd have, well, if you have 10, you'd have 2.5 dogs. I'm not sure that that's an ideal reference, but it is what it is. kind of cool. Well, thank you for doing a little research for me, Ruyans. I appreciate it. All right, we were back here. We were thinking about our voice model. So we have hold, and this is where I was going to add some other things. So we have hold, we have save. I'm going to add keep. That's something else that people might say. Are there other ways, if you were holding cards, right? Drop that card, hold this card. Are there other words that you might use for holding cards as you speak to a device? Other than hold, discard, drop, on hold, keep? I'm trying to find, I mean, basically those are the only two synonyms, which are discard and hold. I'm just trying to think of other words. I have save. Thank you, Corey. That's perfect. What else might... Stand or sit tight. Yeah, well, standing is really... It's an inaction. It's a do-nothing action. Because I'm asking you, are there any cards you want to hold? Or you can say deal to, like, go. And so maybe that's the thing that I should do here, is I should say... If we come up to our is it poker deal? We could say stand. That's a good one for there. Thank you for that, Screech Rat. And while I've got you all here, let's we could demonstrate this just to show how it works. So let me fire this up and get my browser running. So we'll come back to the test here. Leave, that's fine. I don't want to save those changes. This is what the casino sounds like.
Welcome to the Chatsino. You are on a 2-day streak.
2-day streak, nice.
I just gave you 50 bonus coins. You currently have 20,116 coins available. What would you like to do?
So what would I like to do? I would like to bet 5 on slots, please.
Boo! You got grapes, bell, orange. That is not a winning spin. You lost 5 coins. Your new balance is 20,112 coins.
All right, so the slots is working nicely. Let's do a little roulette. Bet 10 on red.
You wagered 10 coins on red. What would you like to do next?
Let's do.
You can place another bet, or you can say spin the wheel when you're ready.
We'll do bet 10 on 4.
You wagered 10 coins on 4. What would you like to do next? You can place another bet, or you can say spin the wheel when you're ready.
Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 6.
6, I was so close.
You bet 10 on 4 and lost. You bet 10 on red and lost. You lost a total of 20 coins, which brings your total to 20,095. What would you like to do now?
Did you guys know that I was running the casino today, by the way? It is running here in the chat, I think. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know that, there's a casino happening right here in the chat that you guys are all welcome to play as well. We will eventually be replacing it with the one that I'm working on Alexa here. But you can check the leaderboard. Let's see how people are doing. So Mr. Smoofy is still crushing it. Crushing it. But we've got some people up there. But you can play video poker. Like I just did there. I lost 5 coins. You can also say slots 5. All of you have money, and it's not real currency. And then there's roulette. Bill, that's a great question. He gets asked all the time. It is in fact Mr. Smoofy, not Mrs. Moofy. Although it's an unfortunate concatenation of those two. Anyway, so if you like casinos, that's another thing you can try. You can check your balance just by typing balance. And if you want to check someone else's balance, type balance and then type their name, and it'll tell you what your balance is. So, yeah, that's all rolling there if you guys want to try that out. You start, if you've never been here before, you start with 100 coins, and every time you post a message in the chat, you get one more coin. So by participating and talking and engaging with all of us here, you actually earn more coins. Oh man, Dreamsaver, you ran out of luck. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. You hit sometimes and other times you don't. Let's see. We still have 11 people that can win though, and you can see that now the Dreamsaver is not in our list. C# Fritz is in the list. Man, we got a good crew of people here today. So, all right, let's go back to what I was doing because I wanna focus on making sure my model is as good as we can. So, poker deal. Let's say poker play. Where is that one? No, we're just not going to have that one? Oh, cool. All right, so let's go through this. Cancel, I don't need to do. Help, I added something to that. Stop and repeat, those are great. They're kind of built-in things. If you guys haven't done a ton with Alexa development before, these are what we call intents. And the concept behind intents is these are all the ways that your user might want to come into your skill. So they might say something like, say that again? Or they might say, I need help. Or they might say, what can I do? And so these ones that start with Amazon, these intents, these are predefined. They already have a whole bunch of defined phrasing and machine learning. Oh my gosh, I'm not sharing my screen. Have I been doing this the whole time? I'm so sorry. So you can see that I have these individual Amazon intents. And so they have a bunch of predefined, pre-trained artificial intelligence models that are designed specifically to handle those kinds of requests. So for things like cancel and help and stop and repeat. So I don't have to define all the utterances for those. But when I build custom ones like this one, and the user says, what is my user ID or how do I join my accounts, right? This isn't something I've actually built yet, but when they do that, it's looking for phrases that resemble these. Not match exactly, but resemble them. And so when they say things like this, it says, oh, I should do the user account intent. We come down to navigate home. This is another one I have to have. It's just for devices that have screens, but it's already pre-trained and does its thing. The start slots intent, right? This is where they say bet, or they might just say 10 credits or 10 coins or whatever. Those are the slots. And then we have some samples. So they might just say slots, or they might say 10 slots or 10 on slots or slots for 10. We could add that one. I don't think that's here yet. We could say slots for wager. And so we defined, thank you for that great pun, W. Giorgio. I just have to be on time. I'm actually one of those people that really does have to be on time. My son had a Boy Scout meeting on Monday. They were going on a hike while it was blizzarding. And we were 3 minutes late, and I had Miles, my son, texting the scout leader the whole time, like, I'm so sorry we're late, I'm so sorry we're late. And I pull in, and like half the group wasn't there yet. But 3 minutes late for me is like torture. Hate it. Play slots for 10 credits, right? So these are all different ways that someone might say they want to play slots. Then we have start poker. And again, same idea, credits and coins. This is my slots for wager. And in here, we have a bunch of different things. Poker, video poker, 10 on video poker. But you can see that all of these in some way include the word poker. So I know that they're talking about the poker game and not the slots game. And then we have start roulette, same idea. Put it on 10, right? These are the positions. So we have some sample slot values. And I'll explain why we have these phrased versions in a second. But in our samples, they might just say roulette. And they haven't told us where they want to bet or how much they want to bet. And so we have some things defined to specifically solve that down at the bottom. Let me actually show you how that works, because this is kind of cool functionality. So in here, if I were to say just the word slots, for example.
Okay. How much do you want to wager on slots?
Alexa has a bunch of dialogue management built in that handles this for me automatically. I didn't write any code. It actually never even hits my skill. It says, hey, they didn't give us a wager amount. We can't play slots until we have a wager. So then they can just say 100.
Ouch. You got grapes, orange, orange. That is not a winning spin. You lost 100 coins.
100 coins.
Your new balance is 19,996 coins. You got an achievement. You just played your 25th game of slots.
Nice.
You get 250 bonus coins. What do you want to play next?
What's my balance?
You currently have 20,247 coins available. What do you want to play next?
Nice. So that's actually really nice that that happened right now. So you can see that I also have an achievement engine sitting behind this. And that achievement engine is designed to reward people when they play more. So they'll get more credits, they'll unlock achievements, and all of that stuff helps them climb the leaderboard, right? So if you really like a game and you play it a lot, you'll unlock achievements up to, I think it's up to your 100th game. And once we get this published, we'll actually be able to take a look at the data and say, oh, wow, people have already gotten that 100 one. Well, then we should add a 200 or a 250 or a 500 or whatever. So by playing 100 games of slots will take you some time, for sure. Because it's all voice enabled, right? You're not just tapping buttons on a screen. Should we? I'm curious from the audience here. Should we give another device away? Just curious what your thought is on that. Ape Tech says yes. All right, we can do it. Let's do another one. Let's see who our winner is this time. RAFFLE. And man, I wish there was big money in chatbots because I really like building chatbots. By the way, this raffle chatbot is something that I built here on stream a couple weeks ago. It is so fun to do, and I really wish that I had more time to dedicate to just like these kind of pet projects. I think I could build a whole suite of interactive chatbots for places like Twitch and Discord and Slack and stuff like that. But it's not always something I have time for. With family and work and life and everything else. I'm thankful that I get the time with you guys every morning to do this. All right, Ruian, I need a drum roll. Somebody's gonna have to drop a drum roll for me, and then we'll make it happen. Anyone? Am I gonna have to do it myself? Fine. John Calloway. Congratulations, John. I think you're relatively new to the channel, but I'm glad that you're here. We're here every morning, writing code, playing with stuff, building stuff for Alexa. So congrats to John Calloway. And John, I'm going to need you to send me a DM here on Twitch so that I can send out your device. So congratulations to John, and thank you guys all for continuing to tune in every day. It's flattering to have people showing up and trying to chat with me and learn about what I'm building and playing with. I think this is super, super cool. So big congrats to John Calloway. It is 11:05, and I feel like I've hit a wall, only because the stuff that I wanted to do today, the stuff I was planning on doing today, I'm gonna get edumacated by Corey Haynes a little bit later today. So I'm gonna sit down with Corey at 4:30 p.m. today Eastern time. And we are going to walk through mocking and stuff like that in jest. So we'll get a little bonus stream time later today, but I think that's going to cut our stream time a little bit this morning. So I think I'm going to wrap up. We'll get back to this afternoon, and hopefully we'll be able to just start cranking on the rest of our tests tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, as we do every day. So with that, I think we'll probably sign off. Let's go find something to... That's not where I want to go. Let's try going to raid someone. See who's out there. Maybe C Sharp Fritz has started his stream today? I don't know. Let's see. Who can we raid? Code It Live. Let's go talk to the Code It Live guys. That's fun. Is that Ed Kurzman? No, why am I forgetting his name? No, I don't want to watch an ad right now. We'll just hit start raid. We'll send you guys over there. Say hey. Make sure to make a lot of noise. He will certainly appreciate that. It's not Ed Kurzman. It's Ed Charbonneau. Ed Charbonneau. I don't know why I couldn't do that. So thank you guys all for tuning in today. Always a pleasure to have you. We'll be back tomorrow morning. See you very soon.